Hi, everyone. My name is Sarah Belzile, and I'm here with Lauren Higdon. Hi, Lauren.
Hi.
And we're excited to get on here and chat a little bit about an upcoming retreat that we have called Women Naked in the Woods. And we wanted to share a little bit with you all about a couple of experiences that we have had being naked in the woods and how much we love it and how restorative and healing it's been for both of us.
Mm.
And because we thought that might help to explain why we are so thrilled to be offering this. So I'm going to pass it to Lauren to go first and tell us about some fun experience that you have had naked in the woods. And the voyeur in me is excited to hear.
Yeah, because I haven't shared this with you yet.
Yes.
So thankfully, many memories come to mind because I do so love to be naked in nature. So I'm going to narrow it down to my two top favorites. Uh, One that comes to mind first is having gone on a family vacation to this beautiful mountain house in North Carolina. And, as family vacations can be, I was really needing a lot of alone time. And so I would take long walks by myself. And the backside of this property was a creek and a waterfall that was just meandering for quite some time and very isolated. And I seemed at the time to be the only one who was wanting to venture down this far into the woods, um, and found this really beautiful spot. And the water was cold, by the way, in this creek.
Mm.
And so that was already quite stimulating. And then one day I just got super brave and was having an emotional process come up from my yoga practice in the morning. And there was still, dew, and it was just lovely. And so I just, peeked around and got underneath one of these, the trees that'll sort of overhang and really waxy leaves that were just kind of embracing me, and put my clothes on a rock. And there was this nice little gentle waterfall. And then it looked like literally just a seat for me to sit in,
Mm.
and, just sat back. And, it's that shock at first of just laying down and then just let my head rest back. And there was water rushing over my shoulders, and just like it felt truly like a full body orgasm, like of just letting that wash through me. And after the shock of the cold, it was just this nourishing and freeing experience. There's For me, a little bit of not that I want to necessarily expose myself to someone, but just to be exposed is exciting for me, and really connecting with nature. And so, yeah, laid there for a couple minutes until probably recognized my fingers and toes needed to be warm again. And got dressed and had a lovely walk through the rest of the woods. And
Woohoo.
just like my time. I think I showed my guy, that spot again, and tempted everybody to have their own experience. But and then the other times, I know that took a minute to describe, but
I
the
want to
other
hear
one,
the other one though. So
yeah,
keep going.
the other one was being with friends on a camping trip. And I have just this loving memory of walking off with one of my sister friends, and we decided to make a like flower crown for each other. And
Mm.
um, again, creekside. And kind of just gave each other a little bath, and um, felt ceremonial, but also just so like sister play
Mm.
time. And had our little flower crowns on, and I don't think we had anything else on. And just splashing with each other, and just um yeah, really truly one of my favorite memories, of being
Mm.
with a girlfriend in the woods. And I'm missing that. I feel like I need it right
Yes.
now a lot,
Yes.
connect with nature, but also women, and being outside. So that is why I'm really, really excited for this time
Yes.
together.
Yes. Oh, it's so nourishing just to hear you talk about it because it's really helping me to remember. Yes, like this is why we're doing this. And it's so nourishing and revitalizing and um, re-energizing. I can just feel it in my body as you're talking.
Yeah.
Does that feel complete for both of those stories?
I mean, it does, I still, like I said, I have flashes of so many other times,
Yeah.
but it's just over overwhelming, call to just, yeah, be in nature, be exposed in a way that feels a combination of like held with the nature, but also seen um, and appreciated and like a celebration. It's what you and
Yes.
I have been talking about a lot, of celebrating that within ourselves and each other, and um, something that feels playful and easy and just natural right now.
Yeah.
Not, yeah, yeah. I think we all
Yeah.
need it. So I
Yeah.
feel complete. Thank you.
Great. Great. Well, when you started talking, I had no idea which stories I was going to want to share, but I so trusted that once you shared yours, that it would bring up ones that it would bring up something from my experience. So sure enough, that's what happened.
Yay.
The first one that comes to mind is an experience actually from last fall. Um, in the woods with some friends where we were just taking a little hike around this particular friend's family land. Um, and everyone else had clothes on. And it was like kind of cold and rainy, actually. So it's not like at the time when I, I don't, it's not, let's just say no one else took their clothes off. But I just was like, do you mind if I take my clothes off? I just felt like so high on life. And so I took my clothes off. And so we're all like scampering through the woods. I'm naked and like jumping around and like pretending to be a little like forest nymph. And they're just sort of laughing at me. And I just was letting myself just be absolutely giddy with the fun of, and in hindsight, I'm kind of glad they didn't take their clothes off because it felt like good to me that I could be like, well, number one, I'm always usually the cold baby. So the fact that I was warm enough and excited enough to like be okay on like a drizzly fall day, taking my clothes off was interesting. And I just really played with like the rain and all of the plants. I was like touching all of the lichens and the ferns and noticing how each thing as I would brush past trees, like how it would feel on my skin, especially when it would like, rub against my breasts or something. And I was just like, just feeling so good with it. So playful. And then I even like climbed a tree later and like was
Oh,
feeling with that.
yay.
Yeah, that felt really yummy. So that's one experience. And then another one that felt actually more relevant to this kind of sisterhood experience that came up, especially when you brought up the flowers, was um, this sacred bathing ritual that I've done with friends before. A particular friend of mine really loves to lead this practice, and you make a bowl with flowers in it and creek water. We use water from my creek, which I'll talk about in a second, a little bit about the land here, and really pray into this, infuse your wishes, your prayers, your hopes, your dreams into this water with the flowers. And then we went down to the creek, and the people who were comfortable, took their clothes off, and we bathed ourselves with the flowers. And I think that can actually even be done as like a group, some sort of where you're bathing each other, even potentially. Um, but I remember seeing the flowers. I'm going to get teary talking about this. Seeing the flowers come down the stream, like from the other women who were bathing themselves, and then going out the next day and still seeing the flowers in the stream of like, right, from like these are people's like hopes and dreams, and the prayers that they've been offering to their own bodies, and
Chills. Yeah.
right. And I also remember the feeling all of the cold water, the cold creek water on my body that day, and just feeling like how primal it was to be in collaboration with these beautiful colors and the petals and the scents of these flowers, and of course the rocks in the creek, and oh, just such a yummy
Uh,
experience. So yeah.
we go there today.
Yeah, I know. I think we're definitely gonna do something like, I know we're gonna do some creek bathing with everyone. So yeah, yeah. Mm, I'm so glad we're doing this. It feels good to bring this energy into the day today. So yeah. So
Yeah.
I'll keep going, sharing a little bit about the land where we're going to have the retreat. We're going to be doing it here at my house in Stanton. I call it Friendly Creek Acres because my front yard is a creek, and we'll be wading up and down the creek, no doubt, and also spending some time in what we call the Sacred Beech Grove, which has all these beautiful mature beech trees, which is a wonderful and really friendly place to be naked. It feels very just easy. The beech leaves make a very like um, hospitable carpet, for kind of walking around on, and there's not a lot of brambles or anything. So, and then we've got a big ridge out back where people can walk up, and some open space, lots of open space for camping and tents and things like that too. So, and we've got a good kitchen where we'll be cooking. So we will be cooking inside, but there'll be lots of outdoor
Yeah.
space for people to enjoy
Right.
throughout the
And people
weekend.
could choose to be outdoors the whole time if they wanted to, if that felt more
Absolutely.
comfortable these days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Because we'll be eating outside. We'll be cooking inside, but the dining area is actually set up on the porch. So yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. And also I want to know, in our conversations, that it's really important to share that it's necessary for people to be comfortable being around nudity, but that it is not at all required that people are naked, that we can
Yes.
wear much or little clothes as we choose to.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, I'm really glad you made that distinction because I think it's important for it totally to be at choice. So
Yeah.
whatever, there's
Be
no
naked
pressure
feet,
at all.
naked hands.
Yeah. Exactly. Whatever level of naked you choose is totally fine. Yeah.
Mm.
Great.
Mm.
Anything else you want to share?
Oh, just I can't wait to see what is co-created together, and it's just, yeah, um, really calling to me. So I'm excited to see who and how things show up.
Yeah, me too. It feels like such an honor to be inviting sisters into such a powerful and sacred circle. Like I can really feel it as we're talking about it. And it just feels like we're, kind of putting our arms out and like
Yeah.
welcoming sisters into this circle. And I just feel this deep sense of confidence that,
Mm.
the people who need to be there will be there and will feel called, um, and that will be a container unlike anything else that's ever been created or will ever be created again. So here we go.